Keith Smith, the Crusader Raider from London, England. Here we are. We're glad to have Randy, the Bald Raider, here with us today. And who else have we got with us?
I'm Kerry. I'm his daughter.
Kerry, the daughter of the Crusader Raider. Now tell me, Kerry, you don't appear to be very silver and black.
No, I'm not. I'm a Dolphins fan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Raider Nation. Something went wrong there, but hey-ho. So, why Dolphins?
Because when I was younger, my dad asked me to pick a team, and I weren't going for Raiders. And I liked orange and green. They were my favourite colours. And Miami's always been a place that I've wanted to go in my life. So I kind of thought Dolphins is the one for me.
So in September, obviously the Raiders are coming to London, and they're playing the Fish.
Fish, we're mammals.
So we're going to squish the Fish at Wembley Stadium. Are you going to be there at the Wembley Stadium game?
Unfortunately, no. I originally had a ticket, but then I do dancing, so I'm not going to be able to go, but I will still be there in part.
Oh, okay. And what do you think the final score is going to be at the Wembley game when the Raiders win?
I'm not sure. I don't want to jinx anything, but we'll definitely beat them.
Oh, okay. Okay, so would you like to go and see the Raiders Dolphins perhaps one day in the States?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Of course, bring it.
And do you think one day, like your sister, Crossbones Kelly, you're going to become a Raider?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
And what would you like to say to the Raider Nation out there? Would you like to say anything just before you go?
Well, good luck when you come over, but we'll beat you, don't worry about it.
I'm sorry about that, Raider Nation. Okay, Raider Nation, this is Keith Smith, the Crusader Raider, and I've got my good friend Steve Lees here. And Steve's a great guy. I've known him since we were kids together, but unfortunately, like my daughter Kerry, he doesn't share the love for the silver and black. In fact, I'm afraid
it's the Finns, number one team.
Now, Steve, you've been a Dolphins fan for a few years?
Yes, since 1983 when I visited Miami first time.
Okay, and who was your favourite player back then?
It was Dan Marino.
Yeah, Dan Marino. And, you know, the Dolphins have been quite a successful team over the years, but compared to the Raiders...
No, never quite made a Super Bowl win, unfortunately.
Ah, what a shame,
but
Raider Nation.
We have got a chance of an easy win this year in London, my hometown.
Oh, okay. So you think that when the Raiders are playing at Wembley Stadium against the Dolphins, you think the Dolphins have got a chance against the Raiders?
I think they'll win it this time.
Okay, now I've heard a rumour that you run a big band. Is that
I do.
true?
That's true. Yeah, big band. Yeah.
And tomorrow evening, Randy's going to be coming along to visit the big band. And one of the numbers that your big band plays happens to be, what number is that?
It happens to be Autumn Wind,
the Raiders song. So tomorrow night, Raider Nation, we'll get a recording of the Raiders song, so that the Raiders fight song will be on this little video when it goes back to the States, and you'll be able to see Steve in his Miami glory conducting a Raiders song. Because that's what it is, Worldwide Raider Nation. We're all secret raiders on the choir.
Not really, but the reason we do it and the reason my band does it is because of the Crusader Raider, Keith. My best friend for how many years now?
35 years. Oh my God.
And he knows I will do anything for him, even despite being a Dolphins fan. We will play the Raiders theme, and I do it for my friend Keith.
Excellent. Thanks, Steve. And go Raiders. Okay, who we got up next then?
I'm John Smith. I'm the Crusader Raiders brother from London, England.
And as you can see, Raider Nation, even though the Crusader Raider wears silver and black, my brother, unfortunately, is a cheesehead.
Well, someone has to support one of the better teams in the league.
Oh, but never mind. But my brother, how many Green Bay games have you been to?
Oh, I've never managed to get to one, actually.
Okay, but how many Raider games have you been to?
Oh, at least half a dozen.
Oh, there you go, Raider Greg. There you go, Raider Greg. So as you can see, he might be a Green Bay Packer fan and he likes wearing green, but he's been to at least 6 Raider games, including that nasty one at Baltimore a few years ago where we got really battered.
That was embarrassing, that game. It was. I was glad to go and back the Raiders for the day, but it was just a whitewash and it was terrible. It was embarrassing, really, but there we go.
So tell me, when the Raiders come to London, what type of things should the Raider fans look out to do? What kind of things would be good for Raider fans to enjoy when they come to London?
Well, they can go around and see the tourist things like Tower of London and Tower Bridge and Trafalgar Square, all the things that people like to come and visit when they come to London, and it's very old buildings and all that type of thing, really.
And do you think the Raider fans will enjoy the beer when they get to England?
No, I think the Raider fans think the beer's too warm when they get here, because they probably like cold beer.
Yeah, well, we've got plenty of beer waiting for you, Raider Nation, when you get here. My brother, hopefully, will be coming to the Raider parties and whatever. He will be going to the game. And on the day of the game, my Green Bay brother, who will you be rooting for at Wembley Stadium?
I'll go to back the Raiders.
Go Raiders! You heard it here. John Smith, the Crusader Raiders brother, the cheesehead from Essex, is following the Raiders.
Right, thank you, good evening.
Okay, Raider Nation, who have we got here then?
I'm Dave.
And I'm Carly.
And you guys are going to see the London game.
Yes, we are.
You are, and who are you rooting for?
Raiders.
Raiders.
Now, I've heard a rumour that David, you might wear your silver and black colours that day. Okay. And Carly, you're going to be dressing up as well. What are you? Cheerleader. We're going to have at least one Raiderette in London if the dispute's off. But we're going to have one Raiderette in London. Yeah, Carly's getting her costume made now.
And her pom-poms.
And her pom-poms. She'll be getting her pom-poms out, Raider Nation. We'll be looking forward to that in London when they arrive. Now, when the Raider fans come to London, what kind of things do you think they should look at and come and see when they come to London? What kind of things would you recommend the Raiders
Big
come
Ben.
and see? Big Ben,
definitely. Yeah, the London Eyes. Well, London Eyes definitely.
London Eye's good. Now, you two, do you like a drink?
Yes.
Now, I know you like a drink. Now, do you think the Raider fans, when they come to London, are going to enjoy the English beers, or what would you recommend from an alcohol point of view for the Raiders?
Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs, yeah. And are you coming to the Raider parties when they're in London? The
Yes.
party? So we'll have Gorilla there and Skull Lady and lots of the other characters will be there. So it'll be a good time. Now, tell the Raider Nation one last thing. Obviously, they're going to come to Wembley. What type of food should they eat when they're in
Fish
London?
and chips.
Fish and chips.
London all the way, innit?
Yeah, now we do love our fish and chips here in England. Carly, would you like to go to Oakland one day?
Yes.
And see the Raiders?
Yeah.
You've got to give that David a little nudge. You've got to give him a little nudge and say, get me to Oakland.
Get me to Oakland.
There we go.
Please. Mwah.
There we go, Raider Nation. You heard it here first. Carly and David, they're on their way to Oakland. Go Raiders!
Yeah, come on, Raiders.
Okay, Raider Nation, here we are back at Kerry's 16th birthday party, the Miami Dolphin girl in the Crusader Raider family. And who have we got here? What's your name?
Ross.
And how old are you, Rossi?
6.
And how do you know the Crusader Raider?
Keith.
And what am I?
He's a raider.
I am a Raider. And who we got here? What's your name?
My name is Bevan.
And how old are you, Bevan?
I'm 8.
And what team are you got on? What team are you supporting?
The Dolphins.
Oh, and who else likes the Dolphins in your family?
My dad.
Your dad. So you want the Dolphins to win and I want the Raiders to win. Now, do you think American football's a good game? Would you like to play
Raiders aren't
American
going to
football?
win though.
They're not going to win. Oh,
Oh yes they are.
oh, yes, they are. Say that louder.
Oh yes they are.
Now do it with a... Ready? Oh, yes, they are.
Oh yes they are.
That's what we like to see, Raider Nation. Now, you've got to give me a dolphin. Oh, yes, they are. Go.
Oh yes they are.
Now, now, would you two like to play American football one day?
Yeah.
Yeah, would it be fun to bash into each other?
Yeah.
And smash each other? I bet you'd like that. No, we can't do that. The Raider players used to do that quite a lot, but you can't do that. We might get a penalty flag on that. Anyway, I'm going to shout, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and you've got to shout Dolphins as loud as you can, and you've got to shout Raiders as loud as you can. So ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Raiders! Okay, Raider Nation, I'd now like to introduce my good friend.
My name's Michael Jakes. This is my brother Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Hello.
Well done. Now, Michael, I've heard a rumour that you're not a Raiders fan.
Oh, unfortunately not. I'm happy to say that I am a San Francisco 49ers fan.
Oh dear, Raider Nation. I'm sorry, Michael has been a good friend of mine for years and I've tried to change him to the dark side, but he just loves red and gold, so what can I do? So Michael, have you been to any of the Wembley games?
Oh, I've been to every Wembley game. But as Skywalker said, you will never change me to the dark side.
Oh, you heard it here first, Darth Raider. We might have to get you over here to help convert some of these 49er fans. Now, Paul Jakes, are you going to give a little wave to the camera and say hello? Now, what do you want? Do you like this team?
Yeah.
Say yes.
No.
Say Raiders.
Rubbish.
Raiders. And Paul, what do we say to the 49ers? Ooh, that's what we say. Paul, you might not be going home with your brother tonight. He might not take you home. Here, put your hat back on. There you go. So Mike, when the Raiders come to London at the end of September, what do you think they're going to make of Wembley Stadium?
Oh, they're going to love it.
Yeah?
They will absolutely love it.
And are the food prices very good at Wembley Stadium?
Beyond my prices.
Yes, you need a credit card, Raider Nation, to buy food there. Make sure you eat plenty before you come on game day. Maybe for the brunch or something like that would be a good thing to do. Okay, Raiders, the final interview today is with my good daughter, Crossbones Kelly.
Hi!
Now, Crossbones, you've been to a few Raiders events since the end of the season.
I have.
What have you been to?
We went to the number 1 sports bar in London to see the draft. We went and saw the Super Bowl. And we also went to see the Farnham Knights, dressed up in our gear. Obviously I'm only half done today, but I'll look a bit scarier when you see me in September.
So the Farnham Knights, that's a British American football team. They invited us to go along for the coin toss and to support the team in full character. So it was the day of the Crusader Raider and Crossbones Kelly going out that day.
It was brilliant. They won and they smashed it.
Yeah, they did smash it. That doesn't always happen to us, Raider Nation, but who knows, this season with all the new players, it might make a big difference to us here in London. So tell me, Kelly, when the Raider fans come to London, what have they got to look forward to?
You've got a few surprises in hand, I'm sure. We've got the week full of loads of stuff at the sports bar. We've got the
top bus.
Yeah, we've got the buses coming to pick us all up and take us around and see loads of places in London. And then obviously the Black Hole on the day, which will be brilliant, I'm sure.
Yeah, so the open top bus tour is going to be all the characters dressed up going on a big mighty pub crawl around London on the Friday before the game.
We'll show you some good beer.
We'll show you some good beer. And then the sports bar party, that's at the number 1 sports bar in London. And you can get more details on that from the Crusader Raider on Facebook, Keith Smith. And I'm glad to give information about that. Now, obviously this is our good friend here.
It is, also on my shirt.
And how do you know Fred?
Well, Fred came over about a couple of years ago, came over to the house, cooked us food, really good, met him through Crusader Raider, brilliant guy, we go out with his daughter all the time. Darcy comes over to see Leighton Orient with us, which is brilliant, and hopefully see him in September.
Okay, so when the Raider fans get to Wembley, the tailgate is a bit different from Oakland, where they have all the barbecues and things. What have they got to expect when they get to Wembley, like the pre-game? What type of things do you think is going to be going on?
Well, you've got the football games, so you get to play all them. You get all to see all the people in the crowd and stuff. You've got loads of blow-ups. You've got making films and stuff. It'll be brilliant.
Okay, now this is my favourite restaurant menu when I'm in Oakland. Now, I hear Ricky and Tina's coming to London this year. So do you think it would be a good idea that if we turn to the page, this is the recommended menu item for everybody when they come to London? It's a Crusader Raider fish and chip sandwich. So you need to have your fish and chips when you come to London anyway. But Raider fans, you're going to have a great time. It's been great having Randy and Lisa over here in the Raider Nation podcast in London. And we're looking forward to the Raiders coming here in September. And Raider Greg will be here, and Randy, and lots of the other. I even hear we've got the convict coming from Australia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Oscar the convict. Oscar the convict will be coming over, so we'll look after him. We'll find a nice little London gel for him and his dad, so he feels right at home. But it's going to be a good time when the Raiders get here.
Sure will be.
Okay, do you want to say goodbye to the Raider Nation?
Bye, Raider Nation!
Hammer time. I tour around the world, from London to the Bay. It's hammer, go, hammer, empty hammer, yo, hammer, and the rest can go and play. Can't touch this. Can't touch this.